Hello and welcome to Apocalypse Nightly News, your one-stop shop for all things Armageddon. I am Tim Burr.
And I'm Harmon Ick.
Now certainly, as you all know, a few weeks ago, life as we know it ended. All the calling cards of the apocalypse were there.
Earthquakes.
Tornadoes.
Fire raining from the sky.
Giant lizards wreaking havoc across the eastern seaboard.
Sonic the Hedgehog wasn't actually that bad.
And world leaders across the globe have ordered everyone to stay at home for the foreseeable future. Because if we're going out, we may as well do so as God intended, in our underwear watching the new season of Ozark.
With these new restrictions in place, many music festivals are being postponed indefinitely. Tribeca.
Cancelled.
Coachella.
Cancelled.
Lazy Town Live.
Cancelled.
But one group is performing their farewell concert against all odds. Brandeis Voicemail, the premier a cappella group from Brandeis University, will be putting on their Test Fest performance. The whole group could not be present, but when are they?
We'll be covering the whole thing right here at A&N, so stay tuned.
What else are you going to do? Nothing, I bet.
Well, in that case, I have one question for you, America. Do you want to do nothing with us?
Let's go. We're all looking for someone, that perfect girl, who can take our hands and help us see one. But I'm a little unusual, because you see, I take a different type of thrill from my romantic fantasy, and I must say, I'm looking okay. You seem to like me there, but you give me all the signs, and there's no activity on the line. Do you wanna do nothing with me? 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 Do you wanna do something with me tonight? I'll put on my finest sweatpants and I'll order you back. 'Cause it's my dream and so let go. On an intimate occasion, you and me and HBO's on tonight. So long it's alright. So say you want it, darling. You know I want it too. And there's one activity I wanna do. Do you wanna do nothing with me? Do you wanna do nothing with me? Do you wanna do nothing with me? Do you wanna do nothing with me?
This just in the chaos of this apocalypse, my co-anchor Tim's Halloween candy has been stolen.
Not just stolen, Harmon, beaten to a pulp. My parents caught me eating chocolates after my bedtime last night, and they took it away. This morning I found all of the candy bludgeoned with a hammer on the kitchen counter. Which one of my parents committed this heinous act is unclear.
You don't mean...
Yes, Harmon. Mommy maybe mashed my M&Ms.
That was a funny joke!
Thank you.
Up next is Blue Ridge Mountains, soloed by William Simmons.
My brother, where do you intend to go tonight? I heard that you missed your connecting flight to the Blue Ridge Mountains over in Tennessee. You're ever welcome with me anytime you like. Let's drive to the countryside, leave behind some green-eyed lights, so no one gets hurried, no. So no one gets hurried, no. But Sean, don't get careless, I'm sure you'll be fine. I love you, oh brother of mine. Quivering forest, where the shivering dog rests. Our good grandfather built a wooden nest. The river got frozen, the hole got snowed in. The yellow moon glowed bright till the morning light. Terrible that I tried, even if you don't mind. The quivering forest, where the shivering dog rests. Our good grandfather built a wooden nest. The river got frozen, the hole got snowed in. The yellow moon glowed bright till the morning light. Terrible am I child, even if you don't mind. No, no.
What a great performance from those voicemen. Now, on to the imminent zombie outbreak. Over to Tim.
That's right, Harmon. In a dramatic turn for all of humanity, the undead are shambling down our streets. Though we cannot quite call this a night of the living dead on account of all the fireballs lighting up the night sky.
Well, that's fortunate, Tim. I wouldn't want to run into a zombie. In the still of the night.
Soloed by Milo Rosengard.
To keep your precious love well before the night. Hold me again with all of your might in the still of the night. In the still of the night.
Well, here we are. It's a Sunday afternoon. We're recording our set. This year Test Fest is Corona Fest. We've got a one-person audience. It's great. And thanks for tuning in.
So before the light, hold me again with all of your might in the still of the night. 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 In the still of the night.
On the line, we've got Michael Cheng, here to say a few words about our next soloist, Joel Herman.
Hey Joel, man, I just want to say a few words before you left us to become, Dr. Herman. Now, I think I've gotten to know you pretty damn well these last 3 years. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. The moment that I met you, you scared the living shit out of me. Like, just during my audition, it seemed like you really knew your stuff. Like, I was scared that anytime I may have messed up a tiny bit, you'd be like, you are 1/10 of a quarter tone flat or something like that, I don't know. But, that didn't actually happen, which was kind of good for me, I think. Anyway, it wasn't really until our first tour with Voicemail that, I think I really got to know you as a person. And no, I don't mean Florida tour or Torrida, because for some reason when people talk about tours, they forget to mention that we did a whole freaking Boston tour. For some reason, I think it might have something to do with the fact that there were only 5 of us. I mean, I'm not throwing any shade, but, that's all in the past. And I'm over it, It's nothing we can do about that anymore. But like I was saying, yeah, I feel like we really got to bond during that tour. During the downtime that we had, I found out that you were really good at some things, but also really freaking bad at other things. Exhibit A. Any game that we played that pretty much involved, logic or strategy, or pretty much any time you had to use your brain, you got me beat. whatever, it's not a big deal. But for some reason, when we played a game involving, hand-to-eye coordination of some sort, you were god-awful, like, just terrible. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can put, like, an onion behind a controller, and I'd still think that I was playing Joel. It's really quite remarkable. But anyway, enough of the bad, and more onto the good stuff. Another thing, your infinite range. I mean, you can sing Death of a Bachelor, 2 keys above Brendan Urie? Does it sound good? Not really. No, actually, it sounds pretty horrible. But the fact that you can still do it is pretty impressive, so there's that. And it's really funny for me to hear, so I love hearing you do that. On a more serious note, though, it really amazes me that, while you're a music director, you're still a really supportive and calming presence to our group. Your selflessness made the group achieve some pretty amazing things. And the group's losing something amazing. And we all wish that you could stay for another year. But, you're moving on to some pretty big and incredible things. So I love you, buddy. And I wish you the best of luck at UCLA. I know we're all going to stay in touch as a group. And we're all going to miss you very much. So anyway, have a good day now. Bye-bye.
How touching.
Do you feel that? I think I just felt a tremor.
I don't think so, Tim, because that would be a bad vibration. And right now, all we've got are good vibrations, soloed by music director Joel Herman.
I love the colorful clothes she wears and the way the sunlight plays upon her hair. The sound of a gentle word on the wind that lifts her perfume through the air. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. Close my eyes. She's somehow closer now. Softly smile. I know she must be kind. She must be wise. In her eyes, she goes with me to a blossom world. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I don't know where, but she takes me there. Gotta keep those loving good vibrations happening with her. Gotta keep those loving good vibrations happening with her. Gotta keep those loving good vibrations happening with her. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. Good vibrations. That's like good.
song is a bit of a throwback, but first, we have Avi Lepsky with some words about Micah Pickus.
Micah, from day one, you've been one of the most influential members of Voicemail for me. Before I even joined the group, I got a taste for your sense of humor. Although I'm not sure you were joking, when during auditions I saw this guy with a Putin 2020 sticker on his laptop. When I found out you also spoke Russian, it was a clincher for me. I joined the group, and the result was two things. First, we quickly annoyed everyone, I think by the first week, with our side conversations in Russian. And second, we were ready if the group ever needed us to translate any song titles to Russian. And since as business manager, you were able to book us a gig at a mostly Russian senior living facility basically every semester, we definitely came in handy. It's a testament to your hard work that the Russian ladies who we sang for understood your translations better than mine, and also preferred chatting with you afterwards, although that could be just because you're so personable. Anyway, there's a lot I admire about you besides your Russian-speaking abilities and your I'm a Russian spy gag. In terms of music, I swear I've never heard anyone hit a low G except you when you come to rehearsal sick. And on top of that, you really do have a sweet solo voice that probably went underutilized by the group, especially with our time at Brandeis the spring cut short. There's no question we're going to miss the sheer bassiness you bring to the group. But I would say you're an impressive person for more than just your musical abilities. I have a theory that there's two types of people, those who get stuff done, and those who wonder whether those people who get stuff done have the same number of hours in a day as them. Micah, you fall firmly into the first group. Both your perseverance and organization are really, truly astounding, and Voicemail has reaped the benefits. As a business manager, you went above and beyond by setting up gigs a semester ahead. Even when we were all disorganized and our calendar was out of whack, you worked with everyone to reschedule gigs to a time when most people could make it. You also schmoozed with the best of them. I think we sang for some alumni my freshman year and then had dinner with them. And scanning the room, I saw you and Brandon, who was a senior last year, just engrossed in conversation with the alums. You know, Brandon's a social butterfly, but you were a natural in that setting as well. And it's because you don't hesitate and overthink when talking to people. You just dive right in, and I really admire that. So these are all things that I admire in you. But you're not perfect. I mean, no one is. You have your faults, like, rooting for the wrong soccer team from North London. I have to say, though, that the thing that I'm going to take away from having you as a friend is the care and concern you show to others. If someone's having a bad day, you comfort them, offer them Sour Patch Kids and cider, and just generally go the extra mile. You made Voicemail closer and more connected, and if I never see you again, that's what I'm going to remember you by. I don't think that's going to happen, though, because I know we're all going to be back for your wedding, right? Congrats, Micah, on your last Test Fest and finishing your last year at Brandeis. I wish you the absolute best of luck in grad school and beyond. We're rooting for you.
Thanks, Avi. Up next is Friends in Low Places, soloed by Voicemail's alumni chair, Micah Pickus.
Blaming all of my roots. I showed up in boots and ruined your black tie affairs. The last one to know, the last one to show. I was the last one you'd thought you'd see there. And I saw the surprise and the fear in his eyes as I took his glass of champagne. But I toasted you, said, honey, we made it through. But you never hear me complain, 'cause I got friends in all places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. Well, I'm not big on social graces. Think I'll slip on down to the oasis. Oh, I got friends in low places. She thinks my tractor sexy. Well, I guess I was wrong. I just don't belong. But then I've been there before. Everything's alright. I just say goodnight and I'll show myself to the door. Hey, I didn't mean to cause a big scene. Just give me an hour and then, well, I'll be as high as that ivory tower that you're living in. 'Cause I got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. Bass. He's bringing country back on the social crazes. Think I'll slip on down to the oasis. Oh, I got friends in low places. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Well, I'm not big on social graces. Think I'll slip on down to the oasis. Oh, I got friends in low places. Come on, y'all. 'Cause I got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. I'll be okay. Well, I'm not big on social graces. Think I'll slip on down to the oasis. Oh, I've got friends in low places.
We have one song left before we break for intermission. And to introduce its soloist, Marek, we have Seth Wolf on the line. Hello, Seth.
Before you ask, yes, I am wearing the suit because it's Test Fest and this has been hanging in my closet all year and I needed to wear it just once. So thank you for bearing with me. Okay, Mark, this is your speech. You ready? Okay, cool. Mark, our esteemed royal commander on high, wizard of flying monkeys, and the golem of cheese. Somehow, someway, you are a mad spark of genius, a force to be reckoned with, and the kindest, most compassionate soul all at the same time. There is no one word that can define you, and that is what makes you so special, and also so voicemail. When I entered this group halfway through the year, I was immediately instated as your assistant business manager, a role that I had zero qualifications for. It didn't matter to you, though. You welcomed me with open arms and taught me the ropes of booking a tour. I want to thank you for being super patient with the terrible voicemails I left that probably lost us money that year. Your patience is incredible. Your enthusiasm for raising voicemail to higher heights is also incredible. You showed me how much can be accomplished with just a little bit of spirit and passion behind it. We will try to embody your zest for business, but if we forget, we can just read the 45-page guide you wrote on how to be a business manager. Then we'll remember. Musically, you are insane. When I first heard you solo Dear Prudence with so much soul and confidence, I I began to think that winning ICCAs wasn't so far-fetched after all. Then we got there and saw the other groups, but whatever, it's fine. Even though we didn't win, I know that everyone in that audience was absolutely spellbound by your solo. That wild applause certainly wasn't for our dancing skills. I'm going to miss having Marek solos in our set, but I am glad I finally got to watch you crush Carry On My Wayward Son. You sound amazing on it, and I can't wait for the others to hear it. I think I can speak for everyone in Voicemail that has been brought under your wing when I say that we all appreciate you so much, dude. You welcomed us in, you ate copious amounts of Stein food with us, you tunneled with us, and you cared about each and every one of us. No matter what dramatic mishap was happening in any of our lives, you were always there to lend a hand or just to listen, and we can't thank you enough for that. We're all going to try and channel your warmth every day so that new members of the group can feel just as welcome to the group as we did by you. Another thing people might not know about you, Mark, is that you write poetry. So, using some of the songs you sang, arranged, or enjoyed, I tried to stitch some poetry together to say goodbye to you. That way, if it's bad, I can just blame the other singers for writing bad lyrics. So, let's see how this goes. Poetry, Seth Wolf, here we go. On a stormy sea of moving emotion, tossed about like a ship on the ocean, I remember. This house don't feel like home without you, 'cause I'm a little unsteady without you. Every Sunday's getting more bleak, fresh poison each week. But look around, and around, and around, and around. Thanks, Abram. The world has only one sweet moment set aside for us. The sun is up, the sky is blue. Don don dado, dat dat and dede. You will always remember, nothing equals this splendor. Promise I'll never let you go. Poetry. There we go. Alright, good luck out there, you beautiful mango, you British mansion, you brigadier marauder, you bellicose moose, you bubble machine. Thanks for everything, Mark. Miss you, buddy.
Thanks, Seth.
Was that?
What?
Were you just
Hop off it, Tim. Carry On.
My Wayward Son?
Soloed by Social Chair Marek Har.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion. I was soaring ever higher, but I flew too high. Though my eyes could see, I still was a blind man. Though my mind could think, I still was a madman. I hear the voices when I'm dreaming. I can hear them say, carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Masquerading as a man with no reason. My charade is the event of the season. And if I claim to be a wise man, it surely means that I don't know. Through a stormy sea of moving emotion, cast about I'm like a ship on the ocean. I set a course for winds of fortune, but I hear the voices say, carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done.
You will always remember. Nothing equals splendor. Now your life's no longer empty. Only heaven waits for you. Carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry. Don't you cry no
What a song!
Now it's time for us to take a brief intermission.
Take some time to stretch your legs.
Grab a bite to eat.
Wash your hands.
Adopt a dog.
Yell at a train.
Bring in the harvest.
Yell at a second train.
Whatever you do, make sure you're back here for Act 2 in 10 minutes.
Because the Apocalypse waits for no man. We'll be right back. Now I know what you're thinking. For an apocalypse news source, there's been surprisingly little coverage of said apocalypse. Well, before we hop back into all the voicemail, let's chat about the post-apocalypse and what you can do.
After the aliens touched down and kidnapped our president...
I thought he turned out he was an alien.
No, that was our vice president.
What about Obama?
Werewolf, actually. Anyways, in the remnants of the United States and its government, 3 factions formed. The Hermanites in the west, the Myconites in the south, and the Church of Har in the east.
We have some representatives from the Hermanites calling in now.
Hello, this is ANN. You're on the news.
Peace and love, brother. You must all be calm.
Welcome. Would you care to introduce your sect and its cause?
We are the Hermanites, followers of the great Rabbi Joel. We come to you today to spread the good word that peace is the only way through this.
How so, Mr. Hermanite?
You see, the only way to combat this alien menace is to disengage. Our great leader, Joel, arranged a meeting with them shortly after their arrival, and upon seeing them, he fell into a deep meditative trance to show the aliens his goodwill.
Trance? How so?
You see, first he muttered something about how he had to finish his physics work and arrange in the blood before tomorrow. Then he slumped over in his chair and began his meditation.
So he fell asleep?
In a sense, yes.
Did you try to wake him up?
Well, he's got a lot going on, you know.
And we didn't want him to get angry. Then he'd assign us Joel work.
I'm sorry, Joel work?
Oh, you don't want to get assigned Joel work. We've been on Joel work for the past week.
The things I've seen.
Are you sure he's still breathing?
Honestly, none of us are sure at this point.
Well, that's quite the leader you've got there.
Don't let his looks fool you. He's one of the best strategic minds on this planet. When he's playing a board game, he takes an hour and a half to take his turn. That's how much he thinks these things through.
Well, if Joel is all about peace, do you have any battle plan in case you have to fight? Who's in charge of your armed forces?
I mean, it's not my job, so I guess that means it's Joel's job?
Can you speak to what may happen if you have to perhaps defend yourselves by killing the aliens?
Kill the aliens? Kill the aliens? Is that all you care about? We were getting there, you and waffle with an extra side of.
Oh, hey guys. Are we talking about how Joel told us to...
I feel like we're getting a little sidetracked here.
See, the aliens are afraid of high sounds, so we just kind of scream at the top of our lungs. It's not about hitting the note, just about giving off the air of someone who can hit the note.
So our leader, Joel, began by setting up a meeting with the aliens.
We already did that, Noah.
Thank you both so much. So much. Really, just... wow.
Our next guests are from North Carolina, a faction called the Mycon Knights?
Привет.
Sup?
Micah wanted to apologize for not being here himself.
He said he had something important.
We're the Micah Knights.
Myconites? Like the candy?
Yeah.
Niet.
Micah
Knights.
I see. So tell us more about your faction. How are you surviving this disaster?
Well, first of all, Tim, it's not a faction. It's more of an organization.
Fraternal organization. We're brothers, man.
Yeah, brothers.
That's nice.
And we fight the aliens every day. Except Thursdays, 'cause that's Brothers' Night.
Oh, and Saturdays, because that's brother brunch.
And Sundays, 'cause that's Brother Bowling.
It's like a brother weekend. You just have to roll with it.
Anyway, our tactics are all about catching the enemy by surprise. So we do that by showing up late to every battle.
But we always switch up how late we are. Keep it varied. Sometimes it's 5 minutes. Other times, we don't even show up at all.
We found that the aliens don't take too kindly to sugar, so we started pelting them with Sour Patch Kids.
Right in the kissa.
and then we leave. Aliens beat.
Zing.
Well, thank you so much for.
Oh, hey guys, sorry I'm late. Have we told them about how we're in a frat yet?
Yes, Noah. We did that already.
Thank you so much for your time.
Well, this is exhausting.
Please help us. Help us.
Great.
We know. There are aliens. No need to get your jimmies in a twist.
We thought the aliens were the enemy. They're not.
Look, we joined this cult. He says it's not a cult, but it totally is.
Oh, and then he coaxed us into joining his musical. He held a spoon to my throat and he told me to play him a tune on the piano, and then he forced Alex to dance an Irish jig.
He told me I would be a star.
Then he recited hours of his poetry. Hours.
He doesn't sleep? God, why doesn't he sleep?
So you all are the callers from the east, correct? From the Church of Hog.
We don't know. This is our first time above ground in months.
We barely managed to lock him under the castle. I don't think it's going to hold for very long.
He started to speak Latin backwards?
What is this madman's name?
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Have we told them about Mark's cult yet?
Hey, Noah.
Right on time.
Well, all of that sounds like a you problem, and we hope that you figure it out.
Well, that's all for our Apocalypse and You segment.
In case it was unclear before, we're all doomed.
Well, in that case, a message from our music director.
Hi, I'm Joel, Voicemail's music director for the 2019-2020 year. For those of you who were with us last year for Test Fest 25, you're brave for coming back. I feel your trauma, and I want to reassure you that this concert will not be 3 hours long. Even COVID has its silver linings. In all seriousness, the group has been through a lot this year. In the fall, we started off at full speed with an early dorm storming, 2 new members, a weekend retreat to Maine, the Faneuil Hall competition, a jam-packed November full of hour-long gigs, including 4 in a single week, and a very stressful winter show. This spring, we had an epic tour through the Northeast, including Montreal, Toronto, and a quick stop at Niagara Falls. All in all, we premiered 8 new arrangements, arranged by 6 different group members. And we were working on 4 more, all the while making steady progress on our upcoming album. And before you ask, yes, the album is very much still a thing. It will be finished, come COVID or high water. Even though not all of our ambitions for the year came through. I could not be more proud of this year's Voicemail members. It has been a great privilege to get to make music with such high caliber musicians 3 times a week. And though I won't know what I'll do without this group, they'll know exactly what to do without me. I am excited to announce next year's music directors, Anthony Joko and Michael Chang, who have both blown me away with their fantastic ears, brilliant arrangements, and natural leadership ability. I look forward to seeing the group grow under their musicianship. Without further ado, we'll jump back into the music, starting with a Voicemail classic, The Letter, originally performed by the Box Tops.
Baby,
red wine. Open up your eyes, open up your eyes. So now I throw the book at yesterday. And I just got one thing to say, yeah. I made up my mind, ain't wasting no more time. I made up my mind, I'm falling over you. Might have bust my world, just faking my way through up. I made up my mind, I'm falling over you. Yeah.
Oh, they've been meeting no days, and no one had enough now.
Ain't done overnight.
Oh, I've been working today, gonna find the funky fruit by dawn.
Did it right, yep, and did it right.
Ooh, now I burned the book of yesterday. And I just got one thing to say, hey, yeah, I made up my mind, ain't wasting no more time. I made up my mind, I'm falling over you. Might have lost my world, just thinking my way through up. I made up my mind, I'm falling over you. Under the bridge.
Shoot up, oh shoot up, now listen to me baby. My life's a bit of twisted, sorry tell.
Oh, I like it, baby. Oh, what a selfish thing.
Your beat was buzzing, girl, and I take a pleasure staying.
My bed is forgetting, but let the building lying, yeah.
Feed me your loving so fine, yeah, yeah. I made up my mind, ain't wasting no more time. I made up my mind, I'm falling over you. Mind above my world, just faking my way through up. I made up my mind, I'm falling over you. I made up my mind, ain't wasting no more time. I made up my mind, I'm falling over you. Mind above my world. I made up my mind, I'm falling over you. I made up my mind, I'm falling over you. I made up my mind, I'm falling over you.
What a great song. What's next, Tim?
Voicemail chose to do this next song because.
Because?
Yes.
But why?
I don't know.
I hate you.
Okay.
Here's because.
Our next song is a real...
Honey, dinner's ready.
I'll be there in a minute, Ma!
It's getting cold.
I know, Ma! I'm doing my newscaster thing!
But I made your favorite.
Ma!
A triple-decker grilled cheese.
Give me a sec, Ma!
All right, Schnookums. Love you.
Love you too, Ma!
I gotta go.
Yeah, just go. Just go. All right, here we got Dancing in the Street, soloed by Avi Lepsky.
It was coming down the sheets. You were staring back at me in the middle of the street that night. It was dark, but I could see it. In the morning, I would see you in a different light. I knew better. I saw your feet off the ground. I knew better. The wind was holding me down. I knew better. It's so funny. And for a moment, we were dancing in the street like people do. Dancing in the street, hiding the dancing in the street like people do. When they're in love. They're in the street like we both do. It was coming down the sheets. You were staring back at me like you didn't want to leave that night. Holding tight 'cause I could feel it. In the morning I would see you in a different light. I knew better. I saw your feet off the ground. I knew better. Something was holding me down. I knew better. And so it's funny. But for a moment we were dancing in the street like people do. Dancing in the street, hiding. Dancing in the street like people do. When they're in love. They're in the street, we They're in the street, Suddenly the morning came, all the rain had gone away. Though we both woke up from a dream, darling, everything had changed. No, it's over, you know, but you know that I care. But you know that I care. We were dancing in the street like people do. Dancing in the street, hiding the truth. Dancing in the street like people do. When they're in love. They're in the street
This next song, Unsteady, has been a voicemail ballad for a while now.
In fact, it's even slated to be on Voicemail's next album, Aquarium, which is, like, totally gonna happen.
And if it doesn't, at least now we can blame it on the apocalypse.
Right you are, Tim, right you are. Here's Unsteady, soloed by Mara Carr.
Hold on to me, 'cause I'm a little unsteady. A little unsteady. Hold on to me, 'cause I'm a little unsteady. A little unsteady. fight when you feel like flying. But if you love me, don't let go. Whoa. If you love me, don't let go. Hold on to me, 'cause I'm a little unsteady. A little unsteady. Hold on to me, 'cause I'm a little unsteady. A little unsteady. Hold on to me, 'cause I'm a little unsteady. A little unsteady.
We are nearing the end here, folks. We have one song left to close out the night.
But first, we'd like to take a second and talk about the apocalypse. And how it's not really an apocalypse.
We know this whole thing sucks a lot, and it might feel like our lives are ending. But eventually, these aliens will be gone, and we can start to rebuild.
Humans are resilient, and we'll get through this, but in order to do that, we need to come together in a major way.
That means listening to scientific experts and following their guidelines.
It means working together to find the best way forward instead of throwing blame around.
It means being grateful for the brave people putting their own lives and the lives of their families at risk every day.
And it means, for the love of God, if you can, stay home.
Because this isn't about you or me. It's about your elderly grandparents. It's about your cousin's niece with diabetes. It's about your neighbor's friend who's just undergone cancer treatment. For the sake of these people, we can all sacrifice a little bit of comfort and a little bit of economic security.
Thank you for everything you've done, and it's working, but we can't stop now.
So, take this time to get absolutely shredded.
Learn how to cook.
Wash your hands.
Love your dog.
Yell at an image of a train.
Keep making art.
Yell at a second image of a train.
Zoom with your friends.
Be proud that you care.
This is ANN Apocalypse Nightly News, signing off.
Here's one last drink.
I've had a life that's full, everyone's been good to me. So fire up that field, boy, and give me one last drink. When the sun comes up, I will leave without a fight. The world is mine tonight. John on his deathbed cried, I think I will wait till tomorrow to die. The sun is shining, birds do sing, this sir is no day to go. Up and out the door, please don't go. I've had a life that's full, everyone's been good to me. So fire that fiddle, boy, and give me one last drink. When the sun comes up, I will leave. Licked his heels, bowed his head, there's never a tear in his eye. Shine.